One of the things that I enjoy most about what I do is that video is kind of a black magic. So many people love video, they love the process of it, but they have no idea as to what goes into it. And I love it when they ask me what it is that makes a good video. But as a culture, we absorb so much video content every day that most people have a pretty good ingrained sense of what is quality video versus poor quality video. But they don't really have a sense of how they can jump that fence in order to get better looking quality video for themselves. So for all the self-video producers out there, whether you're shooting on your phone, you're shooting on a camera, shooting on a webcam, there are a lot of things that you can do just to get over that fence and to get higher quality video, and I'd like to share some of those with you. This is not going to be an exhaustive list of all the things that you can do. One thing that I have learned from filmmaking and video making is there's a couple of dozen really good choices that you can make, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of bad choices that you can make. There are far more pitfalls than there are bridges to get good video. But probably the most important of them all is preparation. If you sit down in front of a camera and say, I'm going to do a video today, you're going to look into that black lens and I can almost guarantee you, you are going to get entirely tongue-tied. So preparation is everything. What are you going to talk about? What's the theme of what you're going to talk about? What audience are you going to talk to? When I'm working with clients, one of the best ways to break them out of their mind fog and their lock is to ask them, who are the people that you're communicating to? What are you hoping to get out of this video? And who are those people? What is the expression on their faces that you want to see when they first meet you after having seen this video? And that almost always breaks them out and, yes, I'm going to put this on this site. I want people to watch this and feel confident about working with me and educated in my field, and that is enough. Have your scripts ready, have everything that you need, and of course, most importantly, have a cup of tea on the side to reward yourself. Years ago, I worked with a man who was obsessed with certain aspects of video producing. He would love to do the short highlight reels so much that he would usually do those first before we did any of the post-production that, as a video editor myself, I found essential. And I found that very frustrating because if I got to do all the pre-production first and got to do the long-form video, then the short-form video was a natural extension of that, very easily done, and would complement the greater video. But if you did them out of order, then you're just doubling up on your work. So my point is, workflow is essential. You can't shoot one video and immediately post it. You can't shoot a bunch of videos and then immediately get to posting them. You have to have a workflow. You have to shoot everything that you need in one go. Then you have to set time aside to do all the editing that you would want to do, all the thumbnails, all of the text descriptions that you want to do, and it's better to do these one at a time so that, for one, you're not repeating yourself, and two, you just stay in the same mindset. It's a much better use of your time, and the results are far better. I recently made a feature film that I wrote and directed, and I was able to shoot it on my beautiful camera. I had a lot of people asking me if I was going to film on a cell phone because they've seen the ads about how you can do that. And I, of course, said no. I think the big reason why you wouldn't want to film on a cell phone is because it's very easy to get lazy. And if there is one thing that sets quality video aside from just an amateur screwing around on their phone, is the level of effort. You don't need expensive lenses. You don't need great lighting. There's so many things that you don't need. But you absolutely need the intention and the carefulness of taking the time to do it right. If this video were slightly out of focus, if my audio was hard to hear, I don't think you'd be paying attention. And I'd say you'd be right for it. And if you saw that in a film or an ad and it wasn't there as a joke, then you would be right to say, this is trash. So quality video is defined by careful and deliberate shooting. Not holding up a camera in front of your hand where it's shaky, putting it on a tripod so that it's stable, making sure that the audio is consistent, giving yourself an interesting background, and just getting as many takes as you need to until you get it right. That's all it takes. I started out my video career as an editor. So when I'm looking at a video, one of the first things that I look for is clear, appropriate, and crisp editing. As before, there are so many ways to mess it up. But what you may not realize is that if you're just doing an Instagram video where you hold up your phone, record yourself for 30 seconds, and then turn it off, you are still using proper editing, such as how does it start? How much air is there before dialogue begins? Do titles come up? When do they come up? And how much do they cover? Graphical representations and the speed of that is absolutely a part of the editing process. These are all things that you need to consider. You don't want to put a great big text block right over someone's face right as they're talking. That's going to look horrible, unless you're trying to be funny. And you want text and other elements to come in where appropriate. If I'm talking about drone work, if I'm talking about demolition, if I'm talking about charity, the editing needs to reflect that. It can't be ahead of you and it can't be slow. These are all things that you need to consider. And when you're watching videos, watch out for the editing. Watch when they bring things in, because it's easy to get wrong, but it's so impressive when you get it right. One of the beautiful things about videos these days is that they don't exist in a vacuum. Just about any place that you would see a video, there is going to be supplemental material all around it, framing it. If you watch a video on YouTube or any social media platform, there's probably going to be text that will talk about the video, give some details about the video, maybe explain a little bit of what you might miss. There will be comments. There will be links that will connect you. Do you want to know more about this product, this person, this service? This just means that every time that you post a video, wherever it is, you really have to think about all the material around it that will give it more meaning. Thank you for watching. I'm Michael Bruner of Brogan Video. Remember, at its best, video is a tool for genuine communication between people, as it should be. So, get out there and share your heart.